Is there something about females that you wanted to know but could never figure out? Are you struggling with relationships? Do you feel like you're being taken advantage of by the women in your life? Do you want to know how to leverage the playing field to your favor? Well, did you know that the female mind and the female psyche are mysterious and unexplored regions like the dark web of the internet? For this reason, men need a method of decrypting or hacking the manipulative psyche or dark web of the female mind. Once a man has a deep understanding of true female nature, he will then be able to hack her programming.
Access granted.
The purpose of this book is to help grown males evolve into men so that they can treat the women in their lives accordingly.
You win.
Welcome everyone to another edition of the Red Pill Chauvinist Show. I'm your braggadocious, your very humble host, the Red Pill Chauvinist. Yay, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through again, man. Supporting the channel, supporting the message. Make sure you share this video. Or if anything, spread the message to those that you love. So in the last episode, or one of the episodes I did, I spoke about how, a lot of times, whether they know it or not, a lot of people, especially young males, are afraid of becoming great, are afraid of becoming successful. And what I realized from doing that video is that a lot of the topics that I'm gonna speak about in this season stems off of or goes under the umbrella of fear. Fear. They say you fear what you don't know. And that's what the problem is with a lot of young males nowadays, is that they lack knowledge. They lack experience. They lack these experiences which will eventually help them to gain wisdom. So that's why nowadays you have 45-year-olds, 50-year-olds who are just old males. They're not aged adults. They're not wise men. They're just old boys. Fear what you don't know. A lot of guys nowadays need to acknowledge what they fear. And they should start by asking themselves, damn, what is it that I don't know? I'm gonna do an episode on that entitled, You Don't Know What You Don't Know. It's a simple statement, but a profound one at that. You don't know what you don't know. Again, that's another episode. But in this episode, we're going to focus on projection. Projection, whether you're projecting something into the universe or someone projecting something onto you. Because you have to realize that you are the producer, the director, main actor, editor, of your life. You are the true man show. Let me say that again. You are the true man show. There's times where I live my life, something will happen, and I look to the side like, yo, you leave this shit? Like I got a fourth wall. Like I got an audience watching me. You know what I mean? So let's just give you an idea of projection, just or idea of that you are the director of your life. You have the power to control anything and everything in your life, whether you know it or not, consciously or subconsciously. But in this episode, I'm going to talk about controlling the life around you on a subconscious level. Don't hear too many people talking about that. But before I get into that, about the projection, I still have to hone in on fear. Because to be honest, fear is what's holding a lot of men, young males, and some men, because again, my definition of what a man is someone who can control their emotions, set their emotions aside and use logic and reason. Fear is not necessarily in that definition, even though fear is an emotion, but I would like to separate it for sake of this discussion. Fear is what's holding a lot of people back from greatness. Fear is what's holding people back from the best version of themselves. Fear is the biggest obstacle to young males becoming grown, wise men. And why is that? In order to become a grown, wise man, you have to go through experiences. Not only do you have to go through experiences, you more importantly have to learn from these experiences. Because like I said, a part of becoming successful and part of becoming great is failure. But too many young males too many young males are afraid to fail, not realizing that that's a part of the path to success and greatness. So I preface this episode talking about fear because projecting fear into the universe, whatever you fear of the universe has no choice but to bring it right back to you. So that's why I'm also going to talk about being mindful of what you think and being mindful of the words that come out of your mouth. Because again, you are the director. The universe works for you. It's the universe. You're the head. You don't realize in this True Man movie, in this True Man show, you are the main actor and you're also the audience. Yeah, that's a little deep, so I'm not even gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about it at another time. But not only are you the director, main actor, and all that, you're also the audience. You are observing yourself, right? So with that being said, what is there to fear? You mostly fear what you don't know. So to give you an example, I remember when I went to Costa Rica in 2019, and I call it Iguana Alley because it's like this little dirt road that you got to go through in order to get to the main road, so you can get to the stores where you can eat, you can shop, do whatever. So when I first got to my Airbnb at night, we drove down Iguana Alley. I didn't know it was Iguana Alley at the time. We drove down Iguana Alley at nighttime. No big deal. The next morning when I woke up, I'm like, I'm not gonna call a cab. It's not that far. It's probably like a quarter mile. I could walk that. So I get to this dirt road and I hear in the foliage. I'm like, oh, okay, what's that? Mind you, it's a lot of nature around, big trees, bushes and all that. You know what I mean? So nature's around me. Again, I'm like, yo, what is that? And then, real talk. All right, so my first time going through Iguana Alley, I didn't see any iguanas. But by the time I got to the end of that road, I saw like a tail that looked like an alligator tail, like a baby alligator. Again, I didn't know it was iguanas at this time. So I saw this long tail just into I'm like, oh, we got alligators over here? I said, damn, I gotta walk this way back. What's that? Fear. I don't know nothing about no alligators. I ain't never been around no alligators. Matter of fact, this is my first time in this country. So I don't even know what type of animal that is. Boom. On my way back, I seen like a family of iguanas. I was like, oh, and mind you, them things is huge. Not like size, but long. Them things is long. And I was like, oh. But long story short, not to keep this too long, my first couple of times experiencing iguanas and seeing them in their natural nature, I had fear. Why did I have fear? I didn't fear for my life. It was more of a fear of, what can they do to me? What do they eat? Are they afraid of me, or do they attack me? Like, is that the way they normally act? So all these questions was from a lack of knowledge. So what I do, went back to my Airbnb, got on Google, iguanas. Okay, what they like to do? They kind of fear humans? Oh, they don't, okay. You know what? Oh, they only eat fruits and, all right. Next time I seen her, I'm not gonna lie and say that my fear was completely gone, but I noticed the drastic difference. Now I can walk by them and just not even stop. Be like, oh, okay, I can actually observe them now in their natural habitat, as opposed to being like, oh, I hope they don't see me and come get me and attack me. It's like 4 of them right there. You know what I mean? So my fear got me to a point where I started to appreciate seeing them. Now, another quick example of fear that people have is the fact that people fear rejection, whether it be from a job, whether it be from, cold approaching a woman, even hot approaching a woman, or whatever. People fear rejection. When I would say is rejection is a moment to learn. Why were you rejected? Did that person do you a favor? Because you may have been rejected or not hired for a particular job, and come to find out they have terrible working conditions. We have terrible leaders, managerial people in the managerial positions are terrible. You know what I mean? So just understand that everything in this world happens for a reason. And if you are consciously the director of your life, you will direct yourself in the direction that you need to go. That's not to say you're going to direct yourself in a direction where there's no pain, no heartache, no depression. But just know you're the director. You directed yourself in that direction for a reason. And it's up to you to pass the test that you put in front of you. Now,
is there something about females that you wanted to know but could never figure out? Are you struggling with relationships? Do you feel like you're being taken advantage of by the women in your life? Do you want to know how to leverage the playing field to your favor? Well, did you know that the female mind and the female psyche are mysterious and unexplored regions like the dark web of the internet? For this reason, men need a method of decrypting or hacking the manipulative psyche or dark web of the female mind. Once a man has a deep understanding of true female nature, he will then be able to hack her programming.
Access granted.
The purpose of this book is to help grown males evolve into men so that they can treat the women in their lives accordingly.
You win.